Hello, race fans, and we are back with yet another Race Face Drive-In 5 podcast on raceface.tv. Jacob Seelman with Taegan Knowland this time, who's back with us for the first time in a bit, just mainly because of your travel schedule over the last 8 weeks, running the summer shootout and bouncing back and forth between Kansas and North Carolina over the course of the summer. Got a top 10 finish in points, which is solid in the Bandits field, the bigger Bandits field that you guys had this year. But I know you were hoping for a little bit more. The great news about the whole thing is you guys really found, I feel like, a lot of speed over the course of the summer, where even if the finishes weren't necessarily everything you hoped for, you were still in contention most weeks. Is that something that you can kind of at least take a little bit of comfort in and know, hey, they knew we were there, even if we didn't always get the checkered flag that we wanted?
Oh yeah, we definitely had some speed. We were running top five, I believe, in every race this year. So that's not a bad thing. We just couldn't really finish there. Our last round was amazing. We were able to stay up with Brexton and they pulled away with us. We had yellow, but it was an interesting summer. We definitely had some speed and well now we head back in September for Bando Nationals.
I know that's something I want to get to here in a little bit, but first, taking back to actually, I want to go back to rounds 8 and 9 for a minute, because something I want to share with everybody who's watching that maybe didn't see the announcement when we were able to talk about that. During the doubleheader week, was that you guys got to do something really cool along with the Friends of Jacqueline Foundation, and got to bring a family that's working through that battle with pediatric cancer to the racetrack and really give them a cool experience. Talk a little bit about that, because I know the two boys that were in the pit area, Nash and Milo, that you guys were able to really have a lot of fun, and that they really not only they enjoyed the experience, but I know you enjoyed having them as well.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was really nice to meet them. We Nash's favorite NASCAR driver is actually Bubba Wallace, and he happens to be there every week racing with us, so he got to go down and say hi. I think they'd already met him a couple weeks before that, but yeah, it was pretty cool. I had a blast seeing them there, so yeah.
I know that's the first kind of big experience you've had with FOJ. What was that like? Because I know one of the things that we always talk about in the race face circles with FOJ is just how much those experiences can mean to kids that are going through so much more than what we are. Was that kind of an impact and something that really stuck with you from experiencing that with them?
Oh yeah, it definitely motivated me to do better there, knowing that they're up in the stands watching, try and get them to victory lane, whether it was first, second, or third. But we weren't able to do that, but I think we still had a blast. I hope they had a blast. Yeah, it's more than racing, So it was awesome. I had a fun week.
Absolutely. I know that bled into championship night this past week as well, which you talked about it. Qualified outside pole for that race, your best qualifying effort all summer. And you talked about going in as qualifying being one thing that you really wanted to improve on over the course of these 10 races. Do you feel like you did that and were able to use some of those lessons by the time we got to the end of the summer here?
Oh yeah, we were not the best at the start, but I think we worked our way. We got better all summer at qualifying. Last round ended up qualifying second, barely. We barely got beat. That was I thought I had pull there for a sec. I thought for sure that I was gonna be staying on pull for that race. We ended up taking second, so it was a good start of that race. Qualifying, obviously, amazing. You can't go wrong with second place. So,
No.
yeah, definitely qualifying. We improved in a lot. I don't know. We had a lot of like sevenths and fifths, which I mean, fifth and seventh, that's not horrible. But that second really, I think I improved a ton on qualifying.
I know, like you said, kind of hung in there with Brexton for a while. Actually ran second to him for the first half of the race, that first 10 laps, and then that restart right there at halfway. For those who didn't see it on Flow Racing, just nothing really you could do. Contact from behind that turned you into the wall off turn two. Did you have any warning, or is it one of those where once you felt it, you were just along for the ride at that point?
Yeah, it was he. Yeah, it was. I couldn't have done anything. As you watch it, I mean, I was sideways by the first contact. It sucks for us and everyone else who was involved in that wreck, got cars damaged. But yeah, it was we were doing amazing. I thought for sure we were going to be battling for that lead whenever it came to white flag two to go. But we ended up having to sit back in the garage when it came that time.
I know it was a hard hit, so I do want to ask. Obviously, we're talking to you on screen, but everything all good. It looked like maybe a harder hit than it actually was, I feel like.
It definitely didn't feel the best. It hurt a bit. I was sore a bit yesterday in my shoulder and leg, but I'm perfectly fine. I'm ready to get back in a car. I wish I could, honestly, but I'm out here in Kansas. But yeah, I'm all good.
All right, so you talk about getting in a car. We'll get to Bando Nats in a second. First, before that, you have a birthday coming up in a couple weeks, and that coincides with your first opportunity to get to go do a test day with Caden Honeycutt Racing, with Kirby Honeycutt, hop in a pro truck for the first time. I know you're just excited to race anything, but how's it feel knowing that the next thing you've got coming is your first shot in a full-bodied, what we'll call a big car compared to everything you've raced before now?
Oh, I'm stoked. I'm so excited. And I mean, we announced that a bit ago and it was like a month away. Now I guess say it's what, like 2, 3 weeks away. So I'm really excited for that. Really excited to meet Kirby and Caden and I'm hopefully we can do good. Obviously, it's gonna be my first time. Just let's keep that car in one piece. Let's just ride around, get some laps and get used to the car.
I was going to say it's going to be a pretty big learning jump compared to what you've gotten used to in the bando, which we know is so momentum based, to really having to feather that throttle, work the brake pedal even more in the corners than what you're used to. I feel like for you it's going to kind of be okay. We're going to take this book of where we've learned about the Bandolero, kind of put it on the shelf and forget about it for a bit because everything we're going to learn in that pro truck completely different than anything you've ever done before.
Yeah, definitely. Bandos, it felt like a big jump from quarter midgets. Obviously, my first test at Florence didn't go too well. We crashed it first time out, but now we're here. We're battling for wins. I'm excited to hop in the pro truck. Like you said, gotta put that book on the shelf, and then once we're done with those pro truck tests, we immediately take it off the shelf
I
for
was going to
Bando
say,
Nats.
pull it back out. That's the good news is that when we get to September, Bandolero Nationals is actually back at Charlotte for the first time in a couple years. I know you're excited to come back and do that. Do you feel like you're going to be able to use all the experience from the summer shootout and really be able to apply that to Bandolero Nationals? I know the one big thing there is, boy, we thought the shootout field was stacked. It's going to be an even bigger field in September.
Oh yeah, you think about it, you look at the point standings, there's probably like half of the cars in the top 10 that went to shootout. Now they're all going to be coming to Bandonats trying to battle to hopefully win points and improve in points. And yeah, it's going to be a stacked field. I'm ready for it though. We have a lot of experience at this track, 2 years, all 10 rounds of shootout, and now we go there for Bandonats. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that we can be up there battling.
I was gonna say that's a race that they talk about where if you make the field, it's a big deal. If you make the field and then contend in the feature, that's an even bigger deal. And I know for you, with like you said, not even really 2 full years worth of races under your belt. Obviously, the time period is about 2 full years, but you've got arguably a lot less on-track laps compared to a lot of the guys that you're racing. So it's really going to be one of those where you take everything you've learned and this will be where you put it to the test right here.
Oh yeah, this is our first bando nats. I think we were planning on it, but then we didn't go last year, so I'm looking forward to it. I say Charlotte's my best track, but I've also raced at like five other tracks. So I'm really excited that's coming to Charlotte. So yeah.
We'll find out just how good it is for you coming up here in about 6 weeks worth. Before we let you go, Taegan, I know there's a lot of sponsors and partners to thank, and I know that you also want to give a shout out to a partner that's joined you for the first time since the last Drive in 5 we did in True Height Vitamins. We want to give them a special shout out too.
Oh yeah, I want to give thanks to all my sponsors: DC Lawn Care, Royal Signs, Diamond Financial, Friends of Jacqueline Foundation, Qdoba of Topeka, Manhattan, and in Junction City. Like I said, True Height Vitamins for jumping on board, Daredevil Coffee, Jeremiah Bullfrogs Bar and Grill.
It's been a lot of fun, and I know I was watching on social from earlier in the week. That last watch party they did at Bullfrogs was hopping, no pun intended, pretty good with a lot of people rooting for you this past week.
Oh yeah, yeah. I want to give them a huge thanks for letting us have their watch party there. I hope everyone there had a blast this summer.
Hey, and always a pleasure to have you on here, buddy. We're excited, and the next time we touch base, you'll have had a test day in the Pro Truck, and I'm really excited that we'll get to talk about that.
Oh yeah, I'm really excited too. It's hopefully gonna be a lot of fun. So,
That's Taegan Knowland. I'm Jacob Seelman. Once again, this has been Race Face Drive in 5. We'll see you next time on raceface.tv.